We are doing Leo. This is Leo's 2026. I have 50 minutes. We have 50 minutes to get this message out, and we'll be looking at, okay, let's just start. So Leo for 2026, we are preparing ourselves, trying to see what information they need to know in preparation for 2026. First, we are going to look at the shadow theme for quarter one. What is the shadow theme? If I never introduced myself, my name is Rihanna, and I'm the creator of Open Arms. This is the page that you're on. If you like any of the information that you hear, definitely leave a comment, share it, all the good things, okay? Okay, so quarter one. What is the shadow theme for quarter one for 2026 for Leos? First out, we have departed loved ones. Departed loved ones. So quarter one is January, February, and March. Okay. Leos will experience seeing loved ones in their dreams, gaining new ancestors, people that are in the living. They will likely pass in that first quarter, probably January, February, or March. It's important that the relationships that you had with them here, that that they can continue as they pass on. You are loved more than you ever know. Just because they're not here in the physical does not mean that they are not available to you in the spiritual realm. Okay, that first off. There's green. Your heart will grieve, but it'll grieve in not in a mourning kind of depressive way, but in a understand that the grieving that you're understanding is appreciation of what you've been able to experience. That'll kind of keep you from kind of falling off of the rocker when you're going through these mourning processes. I see blue prominently here, and that is the throat chakra. Journal, talk about, don't hold these things in. Whatever it is that you're experiencing, definitely be honest and be, open. Okay, so what do we have for January? January, we have the lottery. Bet on yourself. It's going to be a time. It's the beginning of the year, fresh energy. You need to make a plan for yourself. You need to make a plan as to what it is that you want to do with your life, all the things that you want to accomplish for the year. If you set a plan out, you will look back at the end of 2026 and be like, damn, I did accomplish those things. So here we are. Okay, so we have bet on yourself. There's an opportunity for you to, there's an opportunity for you to develop a level of community. That community, we have the Four of Wands. This could be hosting parties at the home. This could be going to events. This will be opening your home up to people that you probably didn't have the opportunity to do this year. You may be invited to a wedding. You may get a chance to host something in regards to a wedding. Let's see. Then we have the World card. Definitely look at doing some traveling. What's the word? Plan some things out. This looks more like international traveling. You can do some domestic side traveling, but it's not gonna, there's gonna be an itch to go across the waters or to travel in the waters. You may feel like, I don't have the money to, I don't have the time. Plan it and see how it shows up, okay? Because it's going to show up for you. If you put it on paper, the universe will deliver the opportunities for you. Let's see, let's get one more. Okay, and then we have 21, which breaks down into 3, and that's co-creating with the universe. Okay, we have the Hangman and we have the Ten of Cups. They both came out in reverse. If you, by any chance, drag your feet on this, you will not really accomplish anything. So it's all about what you're putting into it. That's why planning and writing things down, planning out your year is going to be very beneficial for you. Okay, let's see. February. We have ceremony. Honor how far you've come. Okay. So we have purple, we have green. This is all right. So February is the month of Valentine's, the celebration of Valentine's Day. So you'll be opening. All right. There's a good chance that Valentine's Day will not be, it's going to fall short of your expectations, or you don't have high hopes for it. That is okay. You want to use February as a level of self-love for you. Okay. Shower yourself the whole month with things that you like. Make February your self-care month. And because it's about you, it's honoring how far you've come, not honoring how people honor you. It's literally about you. In every corner that I look on this card, it's a reflection of you. February is for Leos, it's definitely going to be about how you adorn yourself, how you treat yourself, how you love on yourself, because everyone else is just treating you how you essentially treat yourself. Sometimes we hate to hear that if we're not treating ourselves the best. Let's clarify. All right, we have the Six of Swords. This is moving into a peaceful time. Let me see how this relates though. You could have to do some traveling across a bridge to help someone. This could be helping someone move, helping someone figure out their own stuff. You could be in a position to where you, yeah, something about moving across waters. Emotions. You probably have to help someone emotionally get through something. This feels like there is an abandonment issue that is addressed. But let me see here without the card. Yeah, if you are a male, you could be helping out a mother and a child. You could be providing clarity for a mother and a child during this time. But your intuition is guiding you on what decision to make. It looks like there's many conversations going on here. It looks like there's a lot of conversations going on in regards to helping someone move forward out of a terrible situation. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. Eight of Swords in reverse will put you in a situation that you were considered, but this is all like, all of this is very much conversations, the throat chakra, how you've been thinking about something, how you communicate something. This is coming out, right? So with the Eight of Swords in reverse, something that you were confused on at one point in time, you're going to have clarity. And this clarity is going to be like, it's going to be so relieving. It kind of shocks you because you had been okay with being a victim of a situation. You have been okay with being like getting the short end of a stick in a situation. But once February comes around, something happens. It's almost like someone could say something in spite. Someone could give you a message that's not packaged lovely, and someone, and yet you're still here, which is kind of crazy. So let me help you. And someone is, whoever brings you this information, they'll be someone that actually doesn't know much about it. So the information that they give you or the advice that they give you, it's going to hit a little harder because it's like you weren't expecting this. Do you see what I'm saying? see. Let's do one more. So the Five of Wands, there could be some hiccups in the conversations that you have or in the things that you're trying to do. You could be trying to accomplish some things on a to-do list and you have some, like, you keep hitting brick walls, or you keep hitting like hurdles that you have to get over. This is okay, because the people around you are only refining your skills to accomplish something. So don't feel like what's going on is in a space to where you're having to, it's not a stop sign. It's like, okay, you really want this, so show me your problem solving skills. It refines your problem solving skills. That's what I'm trying to get at. Okay, let's see for March. March, we have music. Sing the song of your soul and dance to your unique rhythm. There's someone that's going, definitely, you'll either find out about a pregnancy, you will, but this doesn't feel like it's your pregnancy. It feels like someone around you, either they're going into labor or it's the beginning stages of like a motherhood, but you offer so many words of comfort, you offer so much support that it becomes significant in your life. This is good, but what I am seeing is that during this first quarter, you're having to stay in your heart, like very much here. Your heart chakra needs to remain open. Your crown chakra needs to remain open, because there is a flow that is needed. Like your higher self needs to come down because the people around you need this. You have the Six of Pentacles. You are the support. You are the support to the people that are around you. You are needed. So you have to be whole. You have to show up whole. You have to be very much in a space. You have to be mentally and emotionally balanced during this time, because there is a need for you. Yep, we got the Star card and we have the Eight of Wands. The people need something from you, and it's something genuine. This isn't in a manipulative way, but it brings up a time where you needed something and you weren't able to quite find those answers. You are actually that for now, for the people that are now in need. So whatever you're doing in this time, and the healing that you're going through, you feel like it's such, at the beginning of the stage, is so much that you don't even feel like you're equipped to offer advice, offer help, give guidance. But this is telling me you're in the right place at the right time. Sometimes becoming a mentor in the middle of your story almost helps you advance your spiritual journey or your healing process. So don't be afraid of what this is, and it'll come in fast. You'll probably have to second guess it at the tail end of it, but I feel like you'll fit right in. It feels like you'll fit right in. Whatever you do, don't stop in that moment though. Don't stop there. Still allow yourself to like continue to heal, continue to do the work. Whew, because that was just showing you that you can be in the right place at the right time, regardless of where you feel like you are in your head. Does that make sense? Okay, let's see. What is the shadow theme for quarter two? Oh, celebrity. Shine like the star that you are. Okay. So quarter two feels like it's very much going to be a lot of shadow work for you, going into this space to where you kind of isolate. And this is April, May, and June. So it's the beginning of the energetic year. All right. So during that time, it's a lot of looking into yourself. It's a lot of, let me do this work. Let me sit down and let me like really reorganize myself. This is for Leos. Because whatever goes on in quarter one, it fulfills you. It emotionally fulfills you. even though you feel like you were not ready at that time. But this is basically giving you an opportunity. The energy that shows up in quarter 2 is like, okay, now I'm ready to actually sit down and do this work. Now I feel like I have the spiritual guidance, because here it's definitely, I don't know if you can see it. Like in here, spiritual guidance, you're able to pick up on it, okay? Your clairaudience may be picking up. You're able to hear things more. This doesn't feel like it's in dreams. It doesn't feel like it's cognizant. This feels like it's more audient. You're hearing those things that come through like gut feelings or your intuition, and you're actually listening to it. You're taking the advice to sit down, to pause, to rest, to kind of hear yourself and not busy distracting yourself with outside noises. Okay. So that's quarter 2. I'll move these over here. And let's see, April. What message do we have for April for Leos 2026? Okay, falling. Drop into the deep end of your soul. Remember I said that, okay, April, it starts. April, you like, I don't know, whatever this is, I need to, I don't have a fear. I'm not spending my time distracting myself. You're not distracted anymore when it comes to doing what we call shadow work or an ego death or the dark night of the soul. You're okay with it because you see, it's almost like you see that there's nothing scary about it. Let's clarify. It's a very emotional time. Okay, so we have Emperor. I was going to put it in reverse, but it didn't give reverse energy. Oh, okay. So in April, Leos, you're taking a good look at yourself. Yes, you... Damn. I have never seen that before. Look at that stamp in the middle of his head. Let me see. Can you see it? Okay, anyway. This is... Damn. Okay, let's take a beat. In April, you are looking at yourself and how you see yourself now, how you see yourself in the time that leads up to this is very much like that has been the distraction. That has been the distraction that you've had from doing the shadow work. I do this well. I do this well. I offer this to people. I'm here. I'm patient. Whatever anybody needs, I sacrifice myself. You have been and you are in this moment saying all of those things to yourself. But once April comes, you see how those same qualities that you've been listing have been a distraction because to you doing the real, like the inner work, simply because what is going on here, the things that you list, you see how they are so egotistical. It's egotistical. Like what you're offering and what you're bringing, what you've brought to the table have been self-serving more than it has been selfless, if that makes any sense. And so you start to see your people pleasing qualities more so, not because you like to please people or you're there for the people, but because you have a fear of rejection. You have a fear of not facing yourself. You are showing up in ways that you wanted to show up. You feel like you needed people to show up for you, but this is going to look a little different. And that timestamp in the middle of his head over his eye, that's not even... I wish I could like maximize this. It's so much going on. Yes, you have, oh my gosh, you have labeled yourself as a conscious person, but in April you see like you've still been a sheep. You've still been a sheep that is asleep, that has been led by just external values, and you have not fully been operating from your higher self. And that is going to be a big disrupt for you. I mean, much needed though. Much needed. Let's clarify this Emperor card. Okay, okay. Definitely help is on the way. Yeah. Okay. We have the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords, and they both came out in reverse. But the Four of Swords came out first, and this is very much in a space. Damn, it's a lot of it's a lot of self realization that's going on here, and how you've been isolating yourself recently. The isolation that you will have to have in this time, in this quarter two, is not going to be funny. It's like, no, I need this time because I really need to look at myself. I need to sit down and look at myself. Not that I don't want to be around people. It's not the people that's the problem. It's me and how I've been viewing myself. And that definitely shows up in quarter two, in April. But the more rest you get, the more like intentional isolation you get, the more realizations that you'll have about yourself. But it's the release. It's the release, and what you're releasing is the fog. What you're releasing is the energetic distraction. What you release is the anchors like that you have been placed in. Okay. Woo, April starting off crazy. Well, let's look at May. Let's look at May. So even when I think about it, that help that you're providing a mother or a family in quarter one, that's why you weren't like, oh, am I equipped? Am I the right person to really give this information? Because you yourself know, your higher self knows, and it's starting to click like, I'm not in the space that I'm in, but I'm going to help because I am so used to sacrificing myself for the accolades of an audience. May 2026 for Leos. Okay, we have job. Love what you do and do what you love. So this is what this card looks like, okay? Take a little moment, take that in. Yellow, orange, that is sacral chakra, that is solar plexus. Okay, so you're going to be getting some guidance in regards to like your work, your career, your purpose in life. If you never felt like you had a purpose in life, come May, you're going to start to think about what your purpose in life is. And it could come in the under the umbrella of your career, of your job, of your profession. You might want to go back to school. You might want to get a certificate. You might want to change lanes altogether, because you feel it's a feeling, and it's a huge feeling of like, this is a dead end. Where I am professionally is a dead end because, and it's not clicking for you yet, but you yourself, you are changing. So what the energy that you put into things is also changing, and you need it to be like, if I'm going to make this difference, if I'm going to like start operating in a higher vibration, my work needs to be just as fulfilling. I can't just be like, okay, I work here because I'm good at working. Like, no, work needs to be good for me too. And those are the things that come out in the month of May. Let's clarify. Okay, because I'm worth it. I'm worth it. What I bring to the table is not bringing back these things. And that is what you need. You're starting to look at life. Before, when you were looking at life, it was like, okay, I can offer this, I can give this, I can do this to make things better, I can add this, I make things better. But it's draining. What is life offering back to you? What are these jobs offering back to you? What are these relationships offering back to you so you can remain in an elevated state? There was another card that wanted to come out. Let's see. Oh, shit. I'll take it. We got the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands. And we have, of course, a Tower. All right. You're going to be making some big changes in the month of May. There was recently a spell that was talked about flipping things on its head. Not that this spell is done, but there is a big change that you're wanting. You're going to be looking at relocating, changing physical locations. You're going to look at the changes that you want to make in your life are going to feel like you're flipping your situation on its head. It's completely different. The urges that you have, they are going to be big disrupts. They're going to be big changes. And I don't know, this feels like even how they're rushing towards this change, rushing towards new life and all this other stuff, it feels like you feel like you're behind. So you're trying to play catch up. Like, I knew this, I just wasn't ready for it. Now I still know it and I'm ready for it. And this is what I'm rushing. This is what I'm rushing towards. Okay. And okay, so this being a Page of Wands and not a Knight of Wands or a King of Wands, this is having the courage, having the impulsivity, having the balls to make those changes. Before, it wasn't a situation of playing it safe. This is very much like, no, it needs to be done by any means necessary. So think of like very infantile Aries energy. I'm gonna throw this tantrum to get what I want. I'm gonna say these mean things to get the results that I want. I'm in a space where I'm not really thinking about others anymore. I am full on considering myself. What is, I want to see, but I'm on a time crunch. What is being rushed towards? Let me see if it'll answer me quickly. Okay, because this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, and I'm glad I asked the question. I'm glad I just took the time because love matters. I love love. I love the idea that people in all capacities get to experience love. And that's what I mean by that. So what you're rushing towards is, even if it's not a relationship, even if it's, so this feels like a relationship that's of a divine relationship. Okay. And let me explain this. We're starting to realize, or we're all going to be on the same page of realizing that a divine relationship does not mean it has to be a high priestess and a high priest. Okay. It doesn't have to be an emperor and an empress. All right. It doesn't have to be a queen and a king in order for it to be divine. There is someone in this relationship. You're doing good. Okay. You're doing good. But you just got here. But there is somebody who has been here that you probably didn't feel like, you probably didn't feel like you were showing up how you needed to show up. You've probably been in that page energy or in that night energy or in that page energy for a while, but the work you've done has pushed you to king energy, but you feel differently about yourself. You feel more qualified to show up for this high priestess because you've done a little bit of work. This is a little bit of work, okay? Remember when the emperor was showing up, you were seeing all of the terrible qualities, all the not so good qualities. Now you've made some changes, okay? And now you see yourself a little bit better. And this is what you're going towards. So say if this is not a relationship, say this is just love. Say this is just fulfillment, like life fulfillment. The universe is providing you with an energetic external world that matches how you feel about yourself, and you feel better about yourself. So there are going to be things that come to you that are better. Okay. It could be a job. It could be friends. You may have better relationships with your friends. You may have better relationships with your kids. You may have better relationships with your coworkers. You may finally be up for that promotion because you've done the work to self-reflect, to get out the muck, to really operate in a higher vibrational way. You don't have to be a high priest in order to experience the high priestess. You have done what the universe has been asking you for a long time, and it is presenting you with a little bit of, the reward. This is beautiful. Ooh. I love it. But baby, remember that tower moment has to happen. So don't let go. Okay, let's see. Let's see, June. What do we have for June? Okay, we have food, eating, be mindful of thoughts. Be mindful of the thoughts that you are ingesting. This would be a good time to do an energetic reset. It'll start getting hotter outside. Eat lighter. I do feel like this is a level of eating lighter. But even look, so we had the King of Swords and the High Priestess, and they show up here again, but they show up together. All right, but if you look at this portal, there's a bubble around you guys, but that path is that way and this path is this way. And then they cross over here, okay? They cross over right here. This is saying that the universe will give you this relationship, give you this combination, give you this interaction, this intertwinement, but you are still to you are still to continue on your path. You are still to continue on your path to continue to elevate yourself. This high priestess still has work to do, okay? She still has gifts that she needs to bring to the world. You just are sharing a life together, all right? Being able to share that life together, but remember, stay on your path because you want to stay elevated. You want to have that oomph. You want to be able to not fall back into feeling like you are not worthy of what the universe has presented you with, okay? Let's see. Clarify. Okay, the Eight of Cups. Let's look. Even if we're talking about being mindful of the things you're ingesting. We talked about leaving. We talked about relocating. There could be another conversation, but let me see. Let me see. Old mindsets. You're still going to be plagued or kind of in the, your environment probably hasn't changed, but it's so, let me get up close. You see this mark right here, right? When I saw this moon, that reminded me of this. So some of those mindsets are still there. You're going to have to leave those behind, or you're going to have to, leaving old mindsets behind are falling into or walking into the vibration or the development of these new mindsets that were always there. Okay, so say if like, dang, your third eye is open, but at the time it wasn't fully open because it had that stamp over it, it had that blockage, right? Potential here, but in reality there was a blockage. You are releasing that and you are fully opening the third eye. But it means you have to walk away from something that you felt like you built over the years. You built this brick by brick because it was who you were at the time, but you're no longer that person. This causes heartache for other people, though. Damn. That must make it hard. But it's almost this is in a space of choosing you. Huh? Because, okay. Okay. Oh, look at you. If I can give up everything that I put into when I was in my old self, if I can give that up because I finally believe in something better, and I get this big ass cup right here. Like, even when I said it, even when I got it out, the energy around me just got really calm. It got calm. You don't change. You become a person of action. I mean, a person of words and ideas to a person of action. This planning phase, you're neutral. Do you see what I'm saying? This, it's like I'm making a decision. I'm taking action. I'm doing something. And that's a beautiful thing. All right. That was June. All right. I got 15 minutes. Let's see how fast we can do this. I might not even get to do all of, okay, let's see. Shadow theme for quarter 3. All right, shadow theme, alien. Accept that you're unrepeatable, spectacular phenomenon. You are in a space. Quarter 3 is going to give you a boost of who you are, who you feel you are. It's going to heighten you. It's going to make you expect more. It's going to, you finally show up understanding why you like the lavish things that you like. And it's not because an influencer put you on. It's because, like, I am royalty. Me, myself, am royalty. And this is why I like these things. Okay. So let's see. July. What we got for July? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, you want to come out? Oh. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful upgrade. Look at this. Look at this. Look. And this is, this upgrade, we've been talking about chakras a lot, but we've been talking about like the upper chakras, right? We touched on the third eye, a little bit on the crown, on the heart. This red is the, oh, we did the solar and the sacral. This is the root. This is your foundation, and that is receiving an upgrade. So let me explain to you what receiving an upgrade in your root chakra is. Those insecurities that you have that have come from childhood, those misunderstandings you have for your parental relationships, those blockages that you've had to figure out like why you are the way you are today, you experience an upgrade in the month of July that continues to clear your thought process, your energetic process up for you. You see it, and it's so many aha moments that come to you. This says upgrade your mental software, but also recognize your spiritual authority. And there's something that happens when you're on a spiritual journey where it's very much like, you could be on a spiritual journey and like, okay, I'm doing the things. I am praying. I am, taking cleansing baths. I am saging. Okay, saging, I think it's like the first step. I got my crystals, have the things. You're doing the things. But when it starts to match on the inside, like when it starts to clear up, when you start to see who you are, when you start to see that changes your foundation, because nobody can take that from you. Nobody can take that from you once your root chakra is mended. Once new asphalt or concrete is laid down, that's solid ground. Like, you're aware, you see the process, you see it being laid, you see it dried, you know what's there. And the fact that you get to see like, okay, this is that one time when I was 6 is the reason why I show up in romantic relationships this way. That one time when I was 11 or 12 shows like why I have like the relationship with money that I have. When you see that clarity makes such a big difference for you. Okay, let me hurry up. Okay, let's see. Whew, but it's not gonna come easy. We have the 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords, it's like this is another release. So expect tears, expect a little anxiety, expect like not confusion, but just like a rush. In that I'm not a crier. Some people are criers, okay? So it may come out in tears. Expect insomnia, but we have the death, okay? That death. Ooh. The time for your old self has run out, and you know it. So whatever it is, and what it feels like, it's an interpersonal relationship that is the symbolism of your old self. You're gonna have to create new boundaries for that. You're gonna have to create a new regimen. You're gonna have to like, it's not enough for the person to just know. You're gonna have to set a new contract for certain things in your old life so that you can fully live in this new life. If not, you're gonna be stuck in the middle of a revolving door where you're not really going anywhere and you really want to go somewhere. Okay, let's look at August. family. Okay. Oh my gosh. August is your birthday. July and August is your birthday, okay? Your birthday season. So explore your sacred root system. Okay, once the upgrade happens, you get to rewrite your story. You get to rewrite your, okay. You get to rewrite your legacy, because that is what you, that is where you are the story of someone else's root chakra, or someone else's foundation. You get to change the trajectory of the path that you're on and the lineage that comes from you. You get to do that, okay? Let's clarify. Hermit, and it's because you did the work. Because you see the importance. This time, this intentional time you took back in quarter 2, that lets you know, like, what's up. You're no longer scared of the dark. You're no longer scared of the unknown, because your inner light glows. Your inner light is your intuition. It's your spirit team. It's your these gut feelings that you have. You trust that more. If you know your flashlight works, it's easy for you to go in that basement. If the lights flicker, like, you're not too sure. But these have strong batteries. D batteries. Energizer Bunny batteries. All right, let's look at September. Damn, I got 8 minutes. Okay, internet. Embrace the fact that you are the world. Okay, presenting yourself to people, presenting your new self to people, it will be a little weird, but I'm gonna call it a soul tribe, your circle, they got you. Do you see what I'm saying? So when it goes out in the world, and sometimes you understand that who you are at home is not who you are out in the world, and that can be fine with time, because it's not gonna, you see back here, it's potent. It's a potent pink, but then once you get towards the external world, it kind of fades. They drain you out here. The external world starts to drain you. Where you were willing to do and be and sacrifice yourself for them, you realize the best parts of you stay at home and are for your home environment, your home circle. Oh, that was September. Okay, that was for September. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so we have Judgment, we have the Queen of Swords, and we have the Three of Cups. Judgment was in reverse. Sometime this time last September this year, which I was going to say this time last year, because we're talking about 2026, there was a situation that you were being judged for, maybe about the company you keep, the things that you're involved in, like the stuff that you're doing. There were some, let's sit down and have these conversations. There was some self-reflection of like, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. Next year, next September, it's going to be in a space to where it's like, you've changed. You can still be involved in like community or group activities, but you have more control. How can I say it? Yeah, you have more control over it. You're not persuaded by the fun that's had outside. You are saying what you'll partake in. But it was something you were very much criticized for. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, like third-party energy, like involvement with multiple people. It could be multiple friend groups, multiple relationships. There was a judgment for that. Maybe there's a sense of reflection, but there is a woman figure that brings those conversations back. And this is not in a way to judge you or to give you advice or scorn you or criticize you. It's almost like this person brings up this conversation and it pushes you into self-reflection of like, damn, I have changed. Damn, things have changed for me. Okay. Okay, quarter 4. Let's see. I got 5 minutes. Okay, quarter 4. Shadow theme for quarter 4. Child. Give yourself permission to play. All right, quarter four comes, you've done all this work and you want to do stuff. You want to do stuff a little different, or you want to have fun. This is like Halloween, it's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, it's holiday season, and you want to do these things, but it feels like you want to give. During quarter four, this feels like you want to give, like sponsor things. And if you have the ability to, I would, because that is you showing up at in a higher capacity than you were in quarter one. Okay, let's look at October. It's this one. Embrace your wild side. There's someone that's going to come up in court okay, spread your wings and fly. In October, there's someone that's going to come into your life that can make you feel bad about the changes that you've made, but this is like the final time where you're able to release that. You're able to release the expectations they had of you, or the kind of like perspective they had of your old self, because you were new. You are a new. Animal and airplane start with the same letter. And it feels like you almost like, not that you give that energy back, but where you were possibly in a position to fold before based off of the expectations, or what they would say, like, damn, you've changed, or like it's something about unspoken expectations they have for you that you would fold for. Now you wouldn't. Now, like, you're like, no, I don't do that no more. You know what's up? You see what I'm saying? Like, you know what's up. You know, I don't do that no more. Let's see if we can clarify that. Nope, they don't want to say nothing, and I ain't gonna force it. That's what it is. Okay, let's look at November. All right, bridge. Stay strong and remain connected to what is important to you. You are developing lifelong relationships, lifelong friendships. For some Leos, this is not a relationship. For some Leos, this is friendships, people that'll be around for the rest of their days. And then we have pay attention to what gives you energy. I will warn you though, there are going to be the people that are from your past. And when I say from your past, people that do not align with your newer self anymore, that are going to want to pull you back. It's the test. This is the test. November is the test, okay? They're going to want to pull you back. You know what you got. You know what you got. So, I mean, it's really going to see, it's a test. Let's see how you do. And the fact that this is orange is sacral chakra energy, so maybe sexual in behavior. We got the Knight of Wands in reverse. If you were easy to give it up before, you won't be so easy to give it up now. Okay, let's put it into perspective, all right? All right. They're going to be throwing it at you, okay? They're going to be throwing it at you. More so guys. More so guys. For the guys, the women will be throwing it at you once you make the decision, like, nah, this is where I'm going to be. You see what I'm saying? They will try to throw it at you. You are not really in that space no more. It's almost kind of scary. Like, what y'all bitches want? But understand it's a test. And it's not a test to be like, you sure you are the way you are?